you can see, there were more packets received of the strongest case. Nothing too much interesting here. There was 23, I believe, strange packets because Sputnik is operating on the range of 2.4 gigahertz, which is also used by Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And on such a conference where there is much activity in the Wi-Fi, there are some kind of collisions. So there were 23 strange packets during this congress. Similar short description of the last hope. 12, almost 1,300 tags, 37 readers. Here it was in the hotel, Pennsylvania hotel, so it was on the 2 distinct floors. It is the biggest data set because it has 176 millions of packets received. So this is very big data set. It is impossible to analyze it at once. And similar statistics. As you can see, nothing too much interesting. Here are packets from the last Congress, which was in the December. Unfortunately, there is no description of the readers, as you can see here. So it is not all analyses are possible because of this. So I will be just switching between the last hope and the previous Congress, not the last one. And because of new data format, I was able to also see how many tags were from the previous congresses. So there were even some tags from the first Sputnik opening. Okay, this is a very confusing picture. It basically says this is one floor, this is another floor, and this is yet another floor. Those are the stations, the readers, and lines are connecting them if those 2 stations received the same packet at the same time, which means that this packet was seen by at least 2 stations. As you can see, there is much. This is very sophisticated drawing, and also there are readers on 2 different floors that were able to read the same packet, which means that signal was able to travel through the ceiling, which makes some analysis like calculating positions more difficult because you are not quite sure on which floor the participant is. This is the same kind of drawing from the first Congress, during which Sputnik was active. So as you can see, this is much less sophisticated situation, because there was this is the smallest data set, and there were not as many stations deployed as later. For the last hope, you can see that there are two distinct floors. Here, the biggest floor, it is rather messy situation because there was no walls. At least I believe so from the descriptions. There was no ordinary walls, only some kind of very thin walls, so packets could travel through them, and many packets were read by many different stations. And for the last Congress, there is no distinctions for the floors because I do not have the data. Some statistics. During the day, much activity. During the night, less activity. Ouch. There is, oh yeah. This is comparison of the first Congress activity and the second. As you can see, similar behavior, but slightly more tags during the day, because they were sending packets much more often. So we were receiving larger quantities of the packets. Similar drawing for the last Congress. Even more packets read. This is number of packets read per minute during the entire day. As you can see, as conference ended slightly earlier, there is no data to compare here, and we have very fast drop when server was just switched off. So let's go to the interesting part, analysis of data. What can we do with that? If we have just the release data set, we can tell something about behavior, but not much. But if we get also the positions of the readers, either from the PDF or extracted from the source code of Leica, program used for visualizing, it will allow us to detect where someone were at the particular time. So this, I will show you a few of those scatter plots. They basically, here one red mark means that this station read a packet at this time. So it allows us to detect how where someone was, or at least which stations were able to detect. So for this particular person, this person was mostly in the cafeteria area for almost entire Congress. He or she did not come or did not buy tag till the ending of the second day. Left for the night, was in the cafeteria for a long time, not moving, because when you have the straight line without any missing points, it means that this station was able to detect this tag continuously. When you have some kind of either here the gap, or when you can see that other stations were able to detect it mostly means that this person was moving. So many stations were able to detect presence of this tag. So when we have here, someone was standing in the one place or sitting in one place, and those stations are in the cafeteria area. So someone was not attending many lectures, but mostly sitting and socializing. Here is someone who was in the cell 8, which is the biggest lecture room in the BCC. As you can see, not many drops. Maybe sometimes moving, but for most of the time, just sitting in one place. This could be someone responsible for video